All right, we have a crew coming up to set the stage for our beginning band. One of the things that musicians need to learn how to do sometimes is improvise. So I'm going to call Mr. Jim Butler up here. And he'll tell us about the band program. Mr. Butler is our band program director.
Here at HSMA we have a band program. We have a beginning band. When we first started about 25 or 30 years ago or whatever it was, we had a band, and it included such anybody who played an instrument. Mr. Benson was a distinguished member of the HSMA band playing the cello. And, when we first began, but soon after that we added a string orchestra, and we had actual band instruments in the band. The band includes woodwind instruments like flute, clarinet, saxophone, oboe, and bassoon, and brass instruments like trumpet, horn, trombone, baritone, and tuba, and also percussion instruments. And we've had ever since the beginning. We started a beginning band. Our enrollment jumped up with a number of more people signing up, because before we expected people to just join an existing band, whether or not they had experience or not. It didn't always work very well. But when we actually started a beginning band, Mr. O'Donnell took it up, and he's been doing it ever since. And it takes a special skill to do that, just to take someone who hardly knows what end of the instrument to blow into or to hit, and he does a very fine job of just taking people through very methodically, learning how to perform on these instruments. And then after they're in the beginning band for a year, they generally move up to our cadet band, and they might be there for a couple of years, and then as they reach a new level of skill, they move up into the concert band, and then after that they would move into the orchestra, usually in their high school years. And so that is kind of the sequence of the band program. And I've been involved with this now, I think this is my 24th year. Mr. O'Donnell, this is your what, 27th or something? 27th year. We love it, and we just keep coming back, and they'll probably have to carry us out feet first one of these days.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. Well, actually, Mr. Butler played a bit of a role in one of the songs we're going to play tonight. I'll tell you about that later. It was sort of a secret. It still is a little bit. So, I want to tell you a little bit about this group. So Mr. Case has had a running joke over the years, and it's true that just a short number of months ago, 9 of these folks didn't know which end of the tube to blow into, or in the case of some of them, which part to hit. Our percussionists. We also have one student that is a mentor from one of the upper bands that comes in and plays with us. We have another parent that is playing their instrument that they played in the past, and we have 3 parents that decided to, just like their student that learning an instrument, they would pick up a new instrument also. So we have 3 parents that were brave enough to pick up a new instrument and playing that along with us tonight. So this is our band. We also have something really cool. We have a harp in the beginning band. Now normally you would see it's a string instrument. You figure that would be with the beginning strings, but she really, really wanted to be with our group. And I said, that will work great. So, beginning harp player with the beginning band. So, always something new. Well, let me tell you a little story. About 240 years ago, Mr. Mozart was known, when he would go to his friend's house, they would tell him a tune without warning, and he would play it, and then he would improvise some variations on it. One of them he became sort of fond of, so he actually wrote down a series of variations, and it was on a tune that we know of as Twinkle Little Star. Well, this group has decided that they're going to do variations also. So we're going to play the theme that Mr. Mozart made famous, back 240 years ago. And then we're going to have each of them play variations that they have made up, and then we'll finish up with the tune bed. So here's our variations of a familiar theme. So this next song that we're going to sing is a staple of beginning bands in the spring concert, and it's the theme from the New World Symphony. Mr. Dvorak came and visited the United States and he really liked all sorts of different places in the United States, but there's one particular tune that he made quite famous, and we're going to be playing that tonight. After the band gets done, we're going to hear a special arrangement from Evie on her harp, and I believe the Chancel Choir may be singing it 2 weeks from yesterday at our senior concert, and the Symphony Orchestra is going to be playing the finale of the New World Symphony, which also includes this tune, so you'll be able to hear it many different ways from HSMA. So here's our version of the theme from the New World Symphony. don't worry, it's worth the wait. So not near Mr. Mozart, but at another part of Europe, Mr. Tchaikovsky wrote a piece commemorating the victory for the Russians having to do with the War of 1812. And it was, I understand, designed to be played outdoors in the town square. And at the end of the song, they cued all the churches, all surrounding the town square, to ring all of their bells in celebration. And so I think you'll hear that tonight. So, unbeknownst to me, Mrs. Lindenberg and Mr. Butler conspired to, what's that? Oh, Mrs. Darling. Conspired to arrange to play a surprise song for me. And I liked it so much, I decided we'll play it for you as an encore. So here is our surprise encore with apologies to Rabid Wolverines.